Hello everybody, welcome to another Versus Video Deck Tech. CVM here along with guest star
Andrew Shrout.
Shrout, filling in for BBD, who's I don't think he's in Portland yet. I think they're still up in Boston testing.
He's probably like in the air right now. He's somewhere over Omaha maybe, I don't know.
Who knows. But BBD will be at the Pro Tour this week, so we have Mr. Shrout filling in to give me a thrashing like I normally get beat every week.
Yeah.
But for now I'm playing something a little more my style. We have a Jund Midrange deck here that Mr. Barry took to the finals of the Star City Open this last weekend in Kansas City. Fortunately, he lost to none other than Green-White Aggro. I know Papa Shrout here is happy about that.
I certainly am.
But this deck is employing the Sylvan Caryatid Courser Crufix engine that we saw break out in Pro Tour Journey into Nyx. And instead of playing the monsters from Jund Monsters, we just have a whole bunch of planeswalkers.
Different kind of monsters.
So we have the same Xenagos, but then we have Chandra and Vraska, two planeswalkers that we're pretty familiar with by now. They're both very good cards. And then we have a reprint with Liliana Vess and new Big Daddy, Garruk Apex Predator.
Yeah, that card's scary.
Definitely is. He costs 7 mana, and you usually want your 7 mana spells to do something, and he does it all. He lets us kill other planeswalkers, he lets us kill creatures, he can make creatures, and the worst ability is his ultimate, which is kind of awkward.
What is his ultimate? Like
you get an emblem that my attackers get +5/+5.
All right, yeah, I'm not worried about that.
So 6/6 assassins coming your way. What are you gonna do?
Sure, die 6 times.
Pretty much. And then we just have a bunch of removal. So we have Hero's Downfall, 2 main deck Golgari Charms, which I really like. I imagine there was a white-red aggro deck that made the top 8, and if you ever happen to play against this deck at any point in that tournament, you just got destroyed by the Golgari Charms. We have some Abrupt Decays, Dreadbore, and a Putrefy. Mizzium Mortars as the sweeper for this deck. I'm not sure that it's just much better than playing something like Anger of the Gods somewhere, because only our Caryatids die to it. But I like the flexibility of being able to a 1-for-1 for 2 or like a 5-for-1 for 6.
Yeah, that extra point actually matters a lot in this format, I think. You've got your opposing Coursers of Crufix, Stormbreath Dragons, Blood Barons, things like that.
Yep, and then we have 2 Rakdos Return, which is just kind of a staple somewhere in the 75 in these Jund decks. Out of the monsters, I like to play it in the sideboard because I'm trying to attack a little more often. With this deck, we're building a board presence with planeswalkers and then killing their hands with the Rakdos' Return, so I definitely like it in the main. And then we have 3 Read the Bones. So this is the only card in the deck that I'm a bit skeptical about. I feel like it probably could just be Underworld Connections, and it would probably be better as Underworld Connections, especially since we have like Courser and Liliana to go along with them. But I mean, I've known Barry. He owns a shop in Hutchinson, Kansas. I lived in Wichita, played at his shop a bunch. He's a very good player. He's played on multiple Pro Tours before. So I imagine that he tested it out before he played it. But I still got to feel like Underworld Connections might be just as good, if not better.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of Underworld Connections because it kind of takes away one of your lands, and this deck feels mana hungrier than the traditional Jund Monsters deck. I don't know. Read the Bones sounds right to me. Yeah,
I don't know. I definitely want to play it and figure it out. I've been happy with Read the Bones in the past whenever I've played it, but who knows? As far as the mana base goes, we get to take advantage of Urborg being printed now. Since we have a lot of different color requirements in the deck, so we can kind of skimp on some black mana sources and lean on Urborg a little bit. But even still, we have a lot of black mana sources, 10 temples, so we're just going to be filtering our draws a whole bunch.
It's a lot of temples.
And then we got a basic forest, just kind of hanging out there. So this is the Jund Midrange deck. I'm really excited to try it out. I know Andrew has a little bit of a brew that he's going to be battling against me with. Yeah. But I think that we're going to have some pretty good matchups. But for now, let's take a look at the sideboard and see what options we have. All right, welcome back. We have the sideboard for the Jund Midrange deck here. As we see, Garruk is well equipped for this match with his big giant axe. So we really don't need any other cards. So we just got the axe and some Thoughtseize, as you can see there.
You've made a terrible mistake. You've given me the handle end.
Oh, that's not, yeah, so, that's true.
Probably want to get that out of there.
Here's the actual sideboard. We do have 4 Thoughtseize, which I feel like probably could be in the main. But
I was about to ask, actually, when you had the main deck out, this deck really needs some Thoughtseizes. Where are they? Here they are.
I mean, Thoughtseize is definitely a very good card. We're doing a lot of damage to ourselves with our lands and Read the Bones. So I can imagine against the decks where you don't really want the Thoughtseize, they're just going to be really bad. So putting them in the sideboard could be okay. I'm happy I'm playing against a control deck here, so I get to find out if it's going to be sorely missed in game 1. But we definitely have 4 Thoughtseizes here. We have 4 dragons. These are good against the control decks, or any deck that is primarily white, you know, like green-white, you know, a mono-white aggro deck. Just having this giant creature that they can't get rid of is going to be pretty valuable. Now, Barry did say in his top 8 profile that he didn't like them and wants to replace them with something.
Barry's just looking out for me, I think. This card's really good against me.
Yeah, I don't really know what I would replace it with. Like, Dragon is awesome, so who knows. We have 2 Slaughter Games, just as a way to interact even more with like Sphinx's Revelation. It's also not that bad against mono black control if we feel like there's a particular card that's hurting us. I know when I was playing mono black against a lot of the other mid-range decks, if they just get rid of my Grey Merchants, it's really tough for me to actually win a game.
Okay.
But who knows? We have another Rakdos Return, another Golgari Charm, another Putrefy, and 2 Devour Flesh, just as other ways to interact with our opponent's creatures, especially if they happen to be on hexproof. So like there's no Anger the Gods in the deck, so you want ways to kill like a Glade Cover Scout if they happen to be playing the deck.
The sideboard feels like it's slanted really heavily towards like other control decks or mid-range decks at least. I expected a lot more, like Anger the Gods, something that would be good against like white-red aggro, green-white, something like that. Yeah,
it definitely feels like it's slanted a little bit, but if you look at the main deck, there's like a billion removal spells.
Sure.
So it's definitely going to already be pretty good against the aggro decks, at least in game 1. So we kind of want to shore up the control matches since we're playing 7 mana sorceries.
Fair enough.
So here's the Jund Midrange deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Mr. Shrout is playing, and then we'll jump into some battles.
All right.